everyone, welcome back to Painted. It is the end of the summer. Oh my gosh, I can't believe on how fast it's all gone by. But that being said, we are going to be working on, sorry, I got a weird message showing up even though I turned off all the notices and stuff. Hey Robin, nice to see you. So we're going to be doing some fun seasonal kind of projects. You've seen the skulls, you saw the cow skulls last week, the human skulls. They weren't real, they're all cast resin. I'm not desecrating graves. I promise. I'm not going out and beating on cows just for their skulls. So today we're working on a little bit of a different surface. Actually, we got a whole bunch of projects going on, so I'm probably going to jump a little bit all over the place. I am covered in glitter at the moment, so everything we do is going to have glitter on it because I was working on stuff. You can see it on my hands. But doesn't matter. Who cares? Glitter's more fun for the holidays coming up. Nothing like a little spooky glitter. Sorry, I'm leaning over. Okay, I am going to move my iPad, turn it on, and so I can see notifications when you guys are all here, and I can see to see who's watching and who needs questions answered and all that kind of stuff. So let me make sure my volume's down to nothing before I do anything bad, because I hate hearing myself. Okay, come on. There we go. All right, I am opened up. I can see questions now when they come up. I'm going to angle the camera down. We're not going to dawdle. We're going to move on. First project of the day. These wood, I may have to stand up and back up. Oh, sorry. We have wooden cutout forms, and I carry these, and they come in plain wood, no paint on them. I have painted and primed, and you can see in the back I did a really lousy job. On here is copper metallic set coat, and then I have applied a layer of our Artsyville foil adhesive, and now I'm going to apply patterns, and it's really fun how we're going to do this. Sorry, you're getting like full-on close-up of my chest as I walked up. Okay, well, let's see where I'm at, angled down, see how much of this you can see. I'm trying to get it up as high as humanly possible, which, you know, can be a challenge with these tripod thingies. All right, well, that's as much of it as you can get there. Oh, and if I look funny projecting any of this to anybody, please tell me, because I can't see. Facebook did a weird thing the last time I turned the camera horizontally, and I had no idea what was going on. Let's see. And of course, I can't see squat coming up on my screen here. All right, so this is a gorgeous stencil that I got from Artistic Painting Studios, and I will be carrying it. So what I'm going to do, we already have foil adhesive on here, so it's sticky. You can hear that. We're going to lay a stencil over it, right like this. Now, I don't use this stencil really for painting anymore because I've beat the daylights out of it. I used it so many times that I have it all bent up and stuff. But for this, that's not a problem because nothing's ever going to bleed under. Why? We're going to apply foil. This is Cosmo Brown. I believe that the pattern was named because it looked a little like Cosmo flowers. But it's so cute. I'm sorry, it's not Cosmo Brown, it's Cosmo Gold. And I just put my scissors out of my reach, so give me a sec. Alrighty. So there's a little piece of foil. I've already got it stuck. Nothing like hearing the sticking where you didn't want it to. I got to go to the side and trim it off so I can get a piece that doesn't stick to everything. Now see, we have a little relief already right there, which is just fine because that's in the right place. So I'm going to pat it down over my surface, and you can see it's starting to stick in where the stencil is. And then I'm going to take, I use this brush a lot for stenciling because it's a little stiffer and it's narrower, so it gets into smaller spots. But here you go, you see how the foil is grabbing down into these details. Hi Rima, how are you, sweetie? Good to see you here. And now I'm going to scrub into the flower here. And I'm going to go through this with my fingers because I you know, I'm human. I can't remember where all this pattern is. And I want to make sure I get it into details. And so I go and feel around, feel for stem patterns, make sure I got everything in where it belongs. And as always, this is going on during my business hours, so if somebody comes in, I have to put you all on hold and then come back. Because, you know, I have customers. I have to take care of my customers. Okay. Usually this hour on a Thursday, it's pretty quiet, which is why I can plan to be here. Now, as I told you before, I carry these wooden cutout shapes. These are pumpkins. I think they run about $16 unfinished. They come sanded and ready to paint. And I will tell you right now, I painted on this with nothing other than set coat. The grain did not pop, so it was really nice, no sanding required. Unlike some of the other things I've received, I know that I'll have to sand them because paint will pop wood grain, but not these cutouts. They're wonderful. Okay, let's see what I've missed. All right, so I need to get into some of these flowers a little better, and I might take my toothbrush and go in. I don't like the toothbrush though on these little stencils because I don't think they get in there as well. I actually find that this thing gets in better. I just have to concentrate a little more on that spot. Scrub a little more generously. There we go. Now it's starting to show. And you can see from the back that the foil releases wherever the adhesive is. Irene, I'm trying to catch up on the live and everything else. Yes, we're all trying to catch up on everything right now. You know, we're pushing into the high holidays and big family time of year, and for those of us who are creative, that means we got a lot of work in front of us. All right, come on, get in there. And I'm not worried if my pattern releases perfectly. I just want more of it than I already have on the surface. And I get it's not terribly exciting to watch somebody scrub, but the results are so cool. Okay, get in there. I'm not getting anything in this little details right here. Let's see if I can get something out of that. Get in there. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just like to see more of it than there was. You know, this isn't always easy. And I have a soft toothbrush. This is an old toothbrush. I'm not used, but it's an older one brand that I had in a pack in my bathroom, and I brought it in to work on, but I think I need to go and find if they still even make them. Toothbrushes that are firm. Because the soft toothbrushes aren't really great for getting into stencils, I've discovered, with foil. Let's get into here a little bit. Okay. Yeah, this is coming out nicely. Anybody else has any suggestions for small brushes that work really well to scrub in while I'm doing this? I'm open to the suggestion. Alrighty. And you see, I move my foil around for the places that I've missed because, you know, I still have half the foil on here. So I'm trying to get into small spots that I've missed before I take another piece and move over. Because I don't want to waste any of this if I don't have to. And again, this is Cosmo Gold. I think it's Cosmo Gold. It's either Cosmo Gold or Cosmo Brown. God help me, I don't remember much of anything anymore. I have the joys of middle-age memory loss. But it's coming out. Oh, that's starting to show up really nicely right here. So I was wondering what everybody listens to when they're in the studio working or in their, you know, private space working. If I'm not listening to music, I almost always have a movie on in the background. Why? Because it's like listening to a book on tape. It keeps my mind occupied while I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing with work. It's kind of like it's working all sorts of areas in my brain and helping that. Oh yeah, now it's starting to show up. This is a very detailed pattern. It's obviously easier to use larger stencils with bigger patterns, but why would I do anything the easy way? Okay. Let's see. I think you can see how much of that foil I've used. You can see the release, and it's pretty cool how this all works. For those who are not familiar with foils, it's sort of the idea of a temporary tattoo. The pattern is mounted on the back of a sheet of film, and then you need heat or adhesive to release it. Sometimes you need both. Fortunately, my foils are really good release, so I don't have to do that too much. All right, let's see, where am I at? Like I said, trying to use as much of this foil so I can get pattern, use as much of the pattern on it as possible before pulling another piece, because I don't want to be wasteful. Let's see. I think I may have used enough that I'm really having a hard time getting any more clear spots to release any place interesting. All right, so here's another piece. Oh, I love how this looks. This is already looking really cool on here. Let's see. Where else over here needs a little bit of attention? I think right there might. Sometimes it's just you scrub the foil so much that you're really not going to get any kind of really good release without a fresh piece. You can, you know, while this stuff stays sticky forever, you can actually dull the adhesion by constantly touching it and laying stuff on it, so you really have to pay attention to what you're doing. And if you start finding that the foil's not releasing, even though you know there's plenty of adhesive, it's probably because it's been overworked. So it'll still feel sticky to the touch, just not sticky enough to release a foil. Okie dokie, so I'm gonna move over here now. Let's do it this way. Over to the side so I can see what's here. And see, I already got a little piece of stuff stuck on my pumpkin right here. Fortunately, that won't leave a pattern, but I still got to get it off. Great. There we go. Little piece of brown schmutz. Okay. And yeah, I lift my foils regularly to look and see what's going on to make sure I'm getting all of my surfaces handled. Let's see. The blossoms are the toughest. Okay. We got a little bit up here to deal with. Right up here. You know, right where you can't see it, but you get to watch my arms jiggle. Let's see what's left. I know I have a little here. And then I'm gonna have to move my stencil over so I get the complete pattern over the entire surface. I'll probably be doing another live tomorrow because we've got so many projects coming up with so many cool ways to apply that I don't want you all to miss all the fun things that we're doing. All right. Come on, get in there. Oh, look how pretty that's releasing. Now I'm going to pull it back, pull up the stencil, which I had no adhesive on because I didn't need it. Oh, wow. Look how pretty that looks on there. Oh, I'm so pleased with that. And yeah, the pattern's a little sparse because I couldn't get all the foils into the little fine, tiny details. But, oh wow, does it look nice. Now I have to place my stencil back in the pattern to do the repeat. And I have to figure out where that was. It takes a little time sometimes to figure these things out. So, okay. Let's do this. This is gonna take me a second because now I've flipped it and I can't remember what I'm doing. Oh, I'm a genius. I flipped this so many times I don't remember where anything is. Okay. That's that. There we go. Finally, I got it lined up so I can find. That's what I was looking for. You know, this happens to me on a regular basis. I flip a stencil around and I can't remember how I had it placed to actually get it reset into my pattern correctly. And I don't think that's right either. It should be right though. Ugh. I hate when this doesn't want to work out the right way. It makes me confused. And that's too easy to do. So let's keep looking to see. So what I'm trying to do is find this pattern here, which should be, according to my repeat that I'm looking at, it should be right here. But of course that doesn't want to line up the way I want it to. So it's making my life a challenge. So let's see, where's the next way I'm going to line this up? Maybe I've got this wrong. I hope you all are enjoying watching me stumble through this because I actually really am confused as to what I have done. It's a pattern that doesn't have a really easy to read repeat. So I make my own life harder doing stuff like this. And I know I had the repeat before because I've used this stencil, oh God, how many times I can't tell you. So why am I having trouble finding this? Jennifer, you should be watching me right now so you can help me find my repeat. That's where this pattern was before. Okay, so I got the pattern there. So I should be just moving it this way. And I was right. I just had it in here wrong. Yep, that's still not right. All right, folks, anybody got any guesses why I'm screwing this up? Well, darn it, I know I'll figure this out eventually. I am just at a loss today. I don't know why this doesn't want to line up, and I've done it before. I must just be having a really hard day visualizing because that's about how it's looking to me. So I'm going to do this here. I'm going to wing it a little bit. And if it's not right, oh well. There's my foil. There's a fresh piece, I think. Oh, now I see my repeat. And I caught it before I screwed it up. Okay. There we go. Is that the right repeat? No. Okay, I guess then I'm just gonna go with where I was. I can't believe I'm being this blonde about this and really struggling. Somebody's gonna have to point out at some point where I screwed up. Okay, so I have to really be careful that I don't go over the other pattern I laid down and make a mess of it. But it'll all work out. Excuse me. Little allergies today. My voice is going in and out. Hi, Teresa. Nice to see you. So I'm going to do this over here. I'll get this here. And I'll put this little flower in here. And I'll get this one up here. Let's see if I need to do any more. I think I might need to do right there. I've always had a few challenges with this particular stencil, so because I am unable to figure the repeat. But I've done it before and I don't know why I can't get it today. I'm just having a moment. And this will look just fine because you won't see where I didn't have the repeat right. Let's get right there. Okay. So look how cool that looks. Oh, that looks great. This is a wonderful pattern. And I never throw out my leftover foils. Now for some people, they use every last scrap of them. For me, I use whatever is completely used up. I use it actually for a little bit of packing material. So who knows, when you order a package from me, you might get foil scraps in them. All right, so now I'm going to take a little piece of this black foil. And again, all of these products are available at paintedstudio.com. Everything's there for you. And if you want to do exactly this product that I did, I will have all the materials listed and you'll be able to order them online. Get that little bit of fuzz out there. This is the joy of foil adhesive, it gets fuzz. All right, so I'm gonna pat a little bit of this black on here. And I might go really heavy up at the stem. Up in the top, I'm pouncing it right on the stem. I want that to be a little darker. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Inga. Even the stencil, I'm sure, sorry, Inga, I don't know what that question was. Oh, that stencil, yes, it's a special order and I'll have it drop shipped to you. So oftentimes if I don't have anything that you're looking for in the store online, give me a call. I'll drop ship stuff for you. I can get it directly from the manufacturer and have it sent directly to you. All right, so I've gotten, oops, I didn't need to throw that black down, so I missed half of the pumpkin. Just because I want a little extra texture on this, and sorry for the crinkly noise, I know it's hard to hear me over it. Good Lord, where did all this fuzz come from? I love when I get fuzz on stuff and then I have to clean it up. Must have been stuck on the stencil. Like I said, I use the stencil all the time. Not that you would have noticed from the way I couldn't handle the repeat on it, but. All right, so now we're going to take some copper foil. I'm cutting it over to the side so it's a big piece and I need to be able to get at the whole thing. And we're going to cover this up, pat it down. And I have my bigger scrub brush over here. Eek, I can't reach. Hi, Sylvia. Cool Scraps. Oh, you got Cool Scraps in your order too? Yes, Diane, you did. I pack everything because then, you don't always get to see what things look like firsthand. So if you happen to get a little scrap of foil that still has some stuff on it that you can use, you can test it out on your own. So it's like a little bonus. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my social media these days. They are doing different things on different devices. Some days I just say, whatever, and hope for the best. All right, so I've scrubbed this all over the whole thing. Oh, wow. That is so pretty and so subtle. Let me see if I can get it so you can see just this little bit of vine pattern. It's hard to see it with the reflection. But wow, in person, it's just gorgeous. And it's very delicate. I would top coat this, or I might sprinkle some glitter on here just to get the pattern. But I think on this one, I'm just gonna top coat it because I don't wanna lose these details. All right, let's move on to the next project. Okay, so you've seen me applying the foils. We're gonna work on a different way of using the foil adhesive and rollers just because you might not be familiar with this. So on here, this little acorn shape that I have, which I carry, again, you'll be able to buy it at paintedstudio.com. I mixed Faux Effects Galaxy Stone tint base and mixed it with, I left the bucket open so it's hard as a rock, but I mixed it with Faux Effects Asphaltum Transoxide, dark brown, and a little antique mahogany colorants. So I got this beautiful color, and then I added a little bit of gold glitter into it too, because while Galaxy Stone is glittery, I wanted a little more gold in it. So then I rolled it on and let it dry. Now this stuff dries hard. It's why it's great on countertops and floors. It dries super, super hard. And let's see, move some things out of the way so I can get at them. Oh, I just bowled something on the floor. How generous of me. And we're going to use one of our stamping roller kits. So right now, in here, I have a roller frame. I put my sponge roller into the freezer, keep it wrapped up. I don't wash them out. That way I'm not constantly re-wetting and having the sponge roller soak up a lot of product. If I do it this way, it keeps it usable longer. So I tried, the suggestion was to try press and seal in my rolling pan at one point. Yeah, I'm not loving it. It's just a mess. So I'm going to move my roller here back onto the second set of holes, because then this is the roller that's going to feed things. Hi Martina, nice to see you. Sandy, thank you. Listen, I'm not seeing any comments on my iPad, so if I miss something somebody says, I'm not ignoring you, I just don't see it, and I'm twisting my head in weird positions to see what's going on. Okay, so I want this pattern. This is the Impressions roller in diamond pattern, but I want to use it for foil adhesive. So here's what I'm doing. I have converter bars that are designed to fit into the pinhole that you normally stick the end of the roller in. And you just put them right in here the same way you would with the blue stamping rollers. But this is harder, so it's going to get me a finer line. It's not going to get me quite as spread out as one of the stamping rollers would. And then I'm going to load my roller with adhesive. And I've got our Artsyville foil adhesive on here because I'm going to release a pattern on this thing this way. And I maybe should not use this sponge roller anymore. I think I've beaten it up too much because it wants to unroll. I'm having my challenge today. Come on, folks. I got to get the roller and the stamp lined up so that they all feed each other correctly. But this is really cool. So you can make double use out of these rollers and use them to stamp a pattern on. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start here. These work best, this kind of roller, whether it's the red one or the blue one, on a surface that has texture. Why? Because otherwise there's nothing for the roller to grab onto, and then that becomes, your rollers slide around. Now if I was really, really, really being anal, I would have marked my rollers where I started, so I start at the same place on all sides. I'm not that persnickety today. So you can see I've created this pattern all over the acorn. Just getting that one random end. Now that will set up quickly. Hopefully before the live ends, I'll be able to show you how that pattern releases. And then we have another one to stamp roll. Oh, see, even my gloves are now sticking together. This is why you use gloves. Okay, now this one is our maple leaf shape. Rima, how would you clean the diamond roller? I can stick them in the dishwasher. I actually, because I have a heavy duty sprayer in my sink, I just spray it clean. It just put it on a roller hander and bzzz, while it spins and cleans. But I can take soap and a scrub brush too. These are the red rollers especially are extremely durable. Now for this one, we are using a stamping roller, and this is a pattern you might not have seen before. It's our sweet pea roller. So I'm going to take this one off, put it to the side, preferably not on something else so it doesn't stick to it, because that would be uncomfortable. I'm going to check to make sure I have a little more adhesive on my foam roller. And there you go. And I'm sticking the sweet pea. Gosh, my gloves are sticking together. My gloves are sticking to the rollers. It's one of those days, folks. And then I'm going to load up my pattern. Make sure I get the whole thing. And you see I've got a little heavy with the foil size right there, so I just moved it with my finger, because now I got to get in there with my finger and move it off of some of this, because otherwise it's going to have a big smoosh in there. So how much material you get on these does make a difference. So this is part of why you preload. The other reason you preload this roller is so that you don't start rolling with nothing on the stamping part and then you end up with nothing on your surface halfway up. So I'm going to take this, oh, that's so cute. And that's the sweet pea pattern going on there. Now I'm rolling them straight up and down. You can create whichever direction you want to go with these. I'm pushing up today, so I'm consistently using the same direction that I rolled. And I've got this really pretty organic pattern stuck on there, or I shouldn't say stuck, applied on there. And I'm throwing them behind me, as you can hear them hitting the floor. Now I'm gonna, this is why you wear gloves, because the adhesive stuck to everything and then stuck to the gloves. All right, we're throwing this all to the side now, because the rollers are done for this one. And then I am going to show you some other fun stuff that we're working on. You might have seen this one in the photo that we just did. I know, isn't it really pretty, Rima? And thank you, Sherry. That leaf is pretty. Again, we carry those leaves. They're made out of either maple or Baltic birch, and they come completely unfinished. You can buy them there on our website at paintedstudio.com. Now this is a pumpkin that I bought at Michael's. They're on sale. All the Halloween stuff is already on sale all the time because they're moving the Christmas stuff in. So yeah, it's enough to make you feel really, really inadequate about getting your projects done, that you're already seeing Thanksgiving, Halloween on sale and Christmas going on the shelves. Like they're shoving Halloween out of the way so you can already get into Christmas. So first thing I did, I'll hold this close to the camera so you can see it, if I can find my little tube. I used my scribble writer. Now this can be used, this is designed for fabric, but you can also use it on hard surfaces. So for the leaves, I drew veins because these leaves didn't have any veins and I wanted them to be more interesting. So this is my lentil foil, and I'm gonna put it on here. And I'm not even gonna scrub it with a brush. I'm just sort of feeling it with my fingers because the release should be pretty easy on this. You don't wait too long. Yep, there you go. Look how pretty that showed up there. Now get in here with my fingers again. Make sure I got all of it. And it makes a really pretty raised vein pattern on the leaves. And I think these pumpkins are like $10, $12 at, did I get them at, no, I got these at Joann Fabric. Sorry, I have to remember where I get things sometimes because I don't remember anything anymore. So see how pretty that made that leaf? And if you can't see it on that one, we'll do this one too, and you'll see it over here. I'm sort of molesting the leaf. Oh, gosh. And see how pretty that is? That little raised vein there with a little extra foil on it. It's subtle, but super pretty. I'm very happy with that. Now, the last thing we have to do, because I can't leave well enough alone, is we gotta put some glitter on there. And that's the one thing I didn't remember to bring over, so hang on just a second. Just a second. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay, and so everybody knows, I know I showed it in the pictures, but this pumpkin was done, first it was primed with Set Coat metallic brown paint. Then it was foiled with our bronze rose foil after we applied the Artsy-Built foil adhesive. And then I've put a little, and these leaves are Metal Glow, Faux Effects Metal Glow in spruce. So the next step is, because it looks just a little too plain, God help me, that's actually true. I'm taking some of my twig glitter. I carry this again, and I'm sprinkling it on. Now I have, before we went live, I applied some foil adhesive in all of the grooves, either in long streaks or short streaks. And I'm just sort of sprinkling it and letting it grab wherever I put the adhesive. And yeah, I adhesived all the way at the top of the stencil, the pumpkin, because that's where I want to see some glitter. It'll reflect light. I'm just sort of sprinkling it on. And because it's dry, I have no idea how far some of this stuff is down on the pumpkin's grooves. I'm guessing. I'll go back in a second with my fingers and feel what I've missed. See, like I missed right there. All right, did I miss anything there? Nope, got there. Missed a little down here. And I very purposely did not make even perfect line. I didn't go all the way down on all of them, just on some of them, because in nature things rarely happen so that all the lines are perfectly straight on all edges of everything. That's not how things work in nature. So look at how pretty that is. Look at that gorgeous pumpkin with the sparkle and the shine and the details on the leaves. I really, really love this. I'm very happy with it. See, even I can go a little subtle. Everything doesn't have to be bright and shiny colors. I can go a little more natural, but not always. This one I painted first with Elizabethan purple Metal Glow. Then I applied a layer of foil adhesive, released our Bailey's Flowers, and this is the color right here of the Metal Glow. And then again, like I did on the other pumpkin, I put some foil adhesive down the sides and on the top, and I actually did the stem. So first thing we're gonna do is unscrew this. I know that this glitter I don't carry. It's an old Martha Stewart color that I just happen to have. And I'm gonna do this a little bit. So I'm taking the stem, shoving it down into the very full jar so I can get it glittered almost the whole way down. But you know what? I like this color. So you gotta pick what you got to make it work with what you're doing. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is open the sprinkle side on this thing and sprinkle down the sides. I have no memory of how far down I went on all of these. So I'm just gonna start sprinkling like I'm seasoning a piece of something for dinner. Maybe I'll be seasoning a slice of pumpkin to go bake in the oven. I really wish I could get this darn thing to show me comments here, but it doesn't. My iPad's not showing me darn thing. So I'm just sprinkling. Randy, nice to see you. What do you think? Should I post this on the New York Times cooking group? Let's see if I can find any more spots that you need. Here we go. I missed a few. Now the cool thing with these is if I wanted to, I could have carved a face in here, clipped it out with a, hit it with an X-Acto knife, carved a pumpkin face. But not all my pumpkins have to be carved. Let's go down the sides. I'm just feeling to see if I've missed anything. Because again, I can't see it. Yep, I missed a little right there. That one's short, that one's long. Okay, and I knock as much glitter off as I can. So look how pretty that is though. I'm really happy with these pumpkins, and they're going into my store window here. So, this is the reason you're seeing so many Halloween things right now, is because I have to do my window displays. All right, let's see. I think we are actually dry here. Now, I can use foil on this, or I can use glitter. And I'm thinking, what do you all think? Glitter or foil? Glitter or foil? We're gonna go with glitter. I have rich gold glitter here. Look how pretty this is going to be. No, everybody's, how do you know what to do here? Well, I have all kinds of little brushes. I have this brush, get in almost any art store, and I just brush the glitter around to cover the entire surface. And look how it's relieving, giving that release of that pretty pattern under there. Look how gorgeous that is. Wow. This is even coming out prettier than I thought it would. So we're going on a slightly longer live today just because there's so much going on. So much I wanted you to see. But we're probably going to do another one tomorrow with all the continuation of our decorating. Okay. I'm just dusting this down so that you can see how this all looks once it's cleaned off. Look how awesome that is. Oh gosh, that's so pretty. So pretty. And then tomorrow we're gonna put the cap on it, and you're gonna love that. All right, I'm gonna set that to the side. And let me go grab the leaf. Okay, now I've got a lot of glitter here, so I'm setting this down gently so I don't end up having it go poof in my face and cover this with glitter when I actually want to put a foil on it. So I think the foil we're going to use on this, I could go, this is navy blue, but we're staying in fall. So I want to pop a little bit of copper into this. I don't need the copper left on the floor first. Yeah, I do. I have a lot of unused copper, so why would I use something else? Go cut another piece. So I'm crumpling it up, and I'm going to pound some copper here. Just because I want that orangey color to show up in this. I might still end up with glitter in here because of the way I'm doing this right now, but that won't matter in the final. Oh yeah, that's coming out really nicely. And then I'm going back to my Cosmo Brown because it's a great seasonal pattern. I mean, it's great for any time of year, but if I'm doing seasonal decor, this is a great pattern. So I'm gonna lay it down. I'm gonna find my scrub brush. And notice I'm not going all the way to the edges. Again, that keeps me from getting any weird lines in this. And you can see it's releasing. It's not 100% perfect release, but I didn't expect that. I'm working on a slightly coarse texture. But boy, is it giving me a great look. Get in there. I am going to need another piece of foil in a few minutes. And then once we finish this, I'm going to take you on a tour of the skulls that I have finished. The big animal skulls, because I think those are pretty amazing. All right, I think I'm about as much as I can do with that one little piece there, just because it's taking up a lot of the pattern. Piece. Oh, I am so covered in glitter. My whole arm is sparkling gold. Occupational hazard. I always tell people, you know, you could just get covered in glitter just walking into the studio. All right. Oh yeah, that's looking great. And if I don't think I'm getting enough release, again, I go back for this brush, which is stiffer. I can go in and push a little harder. So like if I wanted to, I could go back in here, get a little more detail popping up by using a stiffer brush. let's see, I got a little more over here to work on. Oh yeah. Used to be all the scrub brushes you bought were tough and stiff like this, and all of a sudden they started making them soft. It's probably because of the changes of what people have their floors made out of and whatever they're scrubbing. Maybe it's to protect non-stick pans, I don't know. But boy, is it a pain to get a stiffer scrub brush these days. So let's go in here. Okay. Get a little more down in here. Now I can get more elaborate. I might take some more foil adhesive and come in here along the edges to make these look like they're dipped in, and you know how leaves have bright colors around the edges. I don't know, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe you'll see that. Who knows? I don't think this looks quite finished the way it is like this for me, although some people may love it this way. Look how pretty this is. Oh, I am loving this. Hi, Susan. Oh, I'm so happy with how that came out. So I got one little spot that I want to scrub out a little bit, get a little more. Oh, yeah. See, that was a little too dull for me. Go back in and hit some of the low spots, zhuzh them up a little. I really love how this came out. All right, so we have completed all of these projects that I started. Let's scroll up. Oh, sorry about that, hands in front of the camera again. It's warm today, so my hair is up and sticking out in strange ways. I am going to swing the camera around to the other side of the room so I can show you the completed skulls. Alrighty. I don't know if they're even showing on the screen right now. Yep, that's not showing you anything. Here we go. So, first is the cow skull. Get at it. This is how I've completed it. You can see it's got glitter on the horns and in the eyes and in the nose, which I think is so much fun. And I think I'm gonna stick some big old red jewels in the eyes. If I don't like those, I'll go back and color check for something else. I'm not married to it. And then the other one that you just saw me doing briefly, dun, dun, dun. This is the deer head. And I'll bring it closer so you can see I've bejeweled the entire head. I have glittered in the eye socket, and then I have clear gems in the eye socket, and I glittered up around the antlers. I am loving this. I don't know why I've always wanted to do a bejeweled deer head, but I have. So there's that. And, all right, let's flip you up so I'm talking to you and not to the top of my head. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I'm so glad you all enjoyed what I'm doing. This is the weirdest cow head I've ever seen. But I had so much fun doing it. Rima, thank you. I love the deer as well. All right, everybody. I'm asking you to use the big S word. You know what that means. Share, share, share. And keep us going through the Facebook communities. Help us grow our lives. And tomorrow, we'll be doing more Halloween fun. Alrighty. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for being a part of this. The lives would be nothing without you all. All right. Anything else anybody needs to know? I'm just reading some comments. If I haven't answered a question, it's because the camera was facing down, and for whatever reason, I can't get the comments to show up on my iPad. That's been a new issue. So I will go through the comments, I will answer questions, and I will put the list of materials up in the main body of the post. If it's not done right away, I will do it this evening, and it'll all be there for you. I am so happy to have you all here. Couldn't do it all without you. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.